How you going, Year 8? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're looking at some more composite areas. So composite, just a fancy word for something that's made up of smaller bits. Okay, so a composite area is when we've got a shape that's made up of other shapes, okay, or other simpler shapes. To do this, we need to be pretty good at different formulas. The ones that we're going to do today that we're going to need. So we're going to need the area of a triangle, which is half base times height, okay? And then, of course, we're going to need the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. And then we might also need to adapt that. If we've got half a circle, then we times it by half. Okay, so let's look at this shape here. The first thing we've got to do is identify which one's A1 and which one's A2, and you get to choose. And then we're going to say that the area of this composite shape is area 1 plus area 2. Okay, we're saying that we're adding these two shapes together. We need to start out by writing our working out this way, okay? It's just one line of working, takes 2 seconds to write, but what it does is it gets you mentally set up so that, okay, I'm breaking down this question into two smaller bits. Okay, then for A1, I'm going to also write the radius for A1 is going to be half of 5.2. So that's going to be 2.6 centimeters is the radius. So for A1, it's going to be half because it's a semicircle times pi times the radius, which is 2.6 squared. Okay, so that's the area of area 1. And then we've got to add plus area 2. Now, that formula for a triangle is half base times height. So it's going to be half times the base times the height, which is 5.2. Okay, so you can see I'm writing it down as I'm thinking about it. Okay, and once I've written it all down, it's all there on the page. Then we get to shing without our calculator. So we can go 1, so a half times pi times 2.6 squared. Okay, and then plus a half times 7 times 5.2. Okay, and you just make sure it looks exactly like you've already written it on the page, and then with that out, so it equals 28.81, and we're going to round that to one decimal place. It becomes 28.8 centimeters squared because it's an area. Okay, so a complicated shape becomes simple when you just break it up into bits and you do it one bit at a time. That's the message for today. With your working, don't skip steps. One step at a time makes it really simple, and you actually end up doing it quicker because you're not thinking about things in your head. You're just thinking about them as you write them on the page. Alrighty, now these ones are tricky. Okay, we've got this donut shape, and what we've got to see this donut shape as is a big circle with a little circle cut out of it. So we're going to call the big circle A1, and we're going to call the little circle A2. And what we're going to do is going to say the area of the donut is the big circle area, take away the little circle area. Okay, we take away because we're cutting it out, we're removing it. That's what take away means. Okay, so we're just trying to find the shaded region. So we take out the region in the middle. Now the radius, we're going to have two radii. So the radius for this first one here is going to be 5.5. So we're going to call that radius 1. And then for radius 2, that one's going to be 2.5. You can actually see they've already written the radius there for you, which makes it a bit easier. Okay, so then the area is going to be, so the area for A1 is going to be pi times the radius 1, which is 5.5 squared. Okay, area of a circle. And then minus pi times the area of the second circle squared. Okay, and once we've got that down, we can put that into our calculator. So pi times 5.5 squared minus pi times 2.5 squared. And then chuck that in, and we get 75.3 75.39. We round to one decimal place, which is 79.4 centimeters squared, approximately. Okay, now for part B, again, we have a larger semicircle, and then we're taking out a smaller semicircle. So area is going to be A1 minus A2. So make sure you set that up at the start, okay? Don't just skip that step. You got to decide whether or not we're adding areas or we're taking them away, and then it just makes the rest of it really simple. Okay, and we're given these radiuses. So the larger circle radius is 8, the smaller radius is 3.5. So the area of 1 is going to be half because it's a semicircle. Okay, so we times the whole thing by half. Half pi times the radius, which is 8 squared, minus the smaller circle, which is half, okay, because it's a semicircle again, times pi times 3.5 squared. Alrighty, and then whip out our calculator. Let's go half times pi. Oops, gotta make sure that we're press left first. So half times pi times 8 squared, and then minus half times pi times 3.5 squared. And then press equals, and we get 81.28, which rounds to 81.3 centimeters squared. Okay, so composite shapes, we're bringing all these things together. You need to show you're working, writing it down. So just a reminder, guys, you got your consolidation day tomorrow. Make sure that you've submitted your work from last week. There's a handful of you who need to still do that. And make sure, guys, you're showing your full working. So show me just like we've done here. I don't show you this way as an optional thing. You need to write it out full like this. It's going to help you very much in the long run. All right. Thanks very much, guys. Catch you later.